moving on now, Dick, to 1994 at Holme Pierrepont.
Yes.
A venue that wasn't fishing very well, I recall, leading up to the event. But
It was actually Holme Pierrepont. There'd already been 2 internationals there. There'd been the Europeans and the World Club Championships, I think it had been, and the
had the Super Cup there as well.
Oh, the Super Cup had been on a few years, but we'd had 2 FIPS internationals, which was the junior, and it was either the World Club and or the Europeans. But both instances, it fished exceptionally well. We also had, or I made sure we had, the year before we had the Holme International there, which again fished particularly well. Lots of good weights of roach and odd bream, and so when it came to the World Championships, we obviously monitored the venue, and it had deteriorated so bad. There was that many cormorants. It was unbelievable. It was feast time for cormorants every day, and actually during the week preceding, the days before. The environmental agency had sent an observer who went there at dawn.
Yeah, because that's when you see cormorants first.
Exactly.
Light.
And he told me that he was counting on the days 110, 120 birds coming onto the venue. Because at Attenborough Gravel Pits, which was notorious, there was a roost there of God knows how many thousand nesting pairs as well. So it was a problem. David Kent and myself had been and had meetings with the people at Holme Pierrepont. We'd had meetings with the Notts County Council, I think it is, who own the water, and they even came up with the idea of having a boat dragging a thing behind it to colour the water, which we tried, but within half an hour the water's cleared again, and it would, they were talking about putting dye in the water, and it was no point in stocking it, because if they stocked it, it's just for cormorants, and they couldn't do anything about the cormorants, so we had to take it as it was, which was unbelievable. It was also, I think, the first time that Victor Green had been involved with his show, which he put a show on Pierrepont, which lots and lots of anglers there, lots and lots of spectators. I don't know, 20, 30,000 people there, I would have thought.
I was one of them, I remember it well.
And there was a lot there, weren't there?
Yeah.
It was hard, and we just selected a method and stuck to that method. And although we won it, and it's nice to win it, it's not particularly nice when you get criticism from other countries about the venue being, rubbish.
Yeah.
But every time we have it in England, it seems that the venue's rubbish. We've had it like when they had it on the Bua, didn't they, at one time, years and years ago.
66, Dave Burfish.
That's right. Yeah. We had it at Luddington, again, in flood. Terrible match.
Yeah. Again, that was nobody's fault.
No, exactly.
Sips agreed the venue, and if it hadn't rained, it would have been a whole different affair.
Exactly. So, and it's the same with Northern Ireland, to be honest. We've had the Newry Canal.
Yeah.
Kevin won it with 2 kilo or something, didn't he? Or £2, whatever it was.
£2.
Little weight. Yeah. The same with the Ern at Belleek.
Yeah, the Newry Canal these days fishes fantastically.
I know it is. Yeah. It's been very good. So but winning it on your own patch is brilliant, absolutely. And it's although the first one I think is still my favourite, because it was my first major triumph in as being manager. That obviously is a close second, because the afterwards the ovation that we got, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the fact that Bob again is world champion, brilliant, absolutely. So who was it? Who somebody dry netted? Was it Kim? We had a dry net, didn't we, on the first day? But it was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So, it was, as far as I'm concerned, it was...
My memory of it is Steve was struggling and was fishless. And I can't remember whether it was the first day or the second. And I believe I'm right. You came along, and at that moment, he's floating. And
and I probably turned round, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, how did you magic that one out?
Oh, no. No, it's like you just think to yourself, oh, make sure it don't come off. It's got to stay on. It's got to stay on. And yeah, there's nothing. It's just one of them things. We just found that by sticking at doing it at one time, you were going to get a bite.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they even did a fish sound thing throughout the lake, and there were some fish there. And strangely enough, I went back only a few years ago now, and the same number of cormorants there. I counted them I drove round the lakes. We went to see, they've got some new owners of the water. It's still county council, but another company had got them. We went to see the MD to ask him about the possibility of using it as a fishery again. And they have finished. They've said no more fishing now.
Got you.
But I counted 130 cormorants. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
So, you know, these, it was just on the day, and that week was fantastic.